Hello, my name is Ashley Crow, and this is my ICC reflection. The first question was can we define American culture? Personally, I don't think it can be easily defined. There are a few points about it that I think the majority of people can agree on about American culture, like it is individualistic. In cultural context, they said many individualistic cultures have a history of colonization. Surprise, surprise. That's what America was founded upon, unfortunately. Um, and it's made up of many subcultures and it's constantly changing. And within the past 20 years, it's been constantly changing even more rapidly than ever before. And that goes right into American communication. Does it have a universal ethical code? I personally do not think it does. Um, I think the subcultures have ethical codes, but I don't think America as a whole does have a universal um, ethical code of communication. Um, that guides. I just don't see it, especially recently. I think we don't have it. Being so individualistic, believing in the freedom of speech, the ethical code, it doesn't exist. When it comes to my intercultural communication competence, I've taken several of these assessments in my previous classes. I do think I am fairly culturally competent. Do I know a lot about other cultures? Absolutely not. I am still learning, and I'm learning every single day. Um, and I frankly, I love it. I love how it humbles me every day. But it is my responsibility to develop my intercultural competences to stay open minded, to stay self aware, and the fact that my culture is not the dominant culture. I mean, it is the dominant culture, but it's not the best culture. It's not the number one culture. It's not the culture to be. Everyone has the right to have their own culture, and I have no place to take that away from them. Yes, I have to maintain a workplace culture, but that can still involve people's individual cultures, and I want to learn their culture and find a way for their cultures to be maintained in my workplace and in my life as well outside of work. I always need to stay willing to learn and stay humble and keep humility and also recognize the beauty in other cultures. Again, my culture is not the only culture out there. Not all cultures are created equal, but there is a lot of beauty in other cultures and it deserves to be recognized. When it comes to stereotyping, um, when it comes to stereotyping other cultures, we have to be cognizant of the fact that stereotyping creates an entire generalization of an entire people group based on one person. It completely disregards the individual. It creates prejudice and it can lead to discrimination. Um, Stereotyping can be extremely harmful. Um, Sometimes we do it naturally, but those are things that we should always be aware of that we're doing. If we are doing it. If we are doing it, working on ourselves, we have to be so careful with the potentially unintended side effects of stereotyping. When it comes to white privilege, the way I perceive white privilege is the benefits that white people knowingly or unknowingly receive solely based off the color of their skin. People are only born knowing two things: that they have a fear of falling and that they have a fear of loud noises. Um, White privilege is maintained through our system. It's systematically, but it's systemically sustained and maintained. Um, the only way to make it go away is to change it in culture. Now that we have a name for it and we can point it out, that's a start. But to actually change it takes a lot. Like McIntosh says, to redesign social systems, we first need to acknowledge their colossal unseen dimensions. And white privilege for quite a while was an unseen dimension. Um, when it comes to white privilege's role in fighting social justice, the unfortunate reality is people listen more to white people. They listen even more to white Christian straight men. And those people, those those people who have a voice that people listen to in order to give a voice to social justice issues need to be speaking about the people that are heading these social justice platforms so that they can be seen, so that they can be heard, not to bring attention to themselves but to bring attention to these other people. And that's the role it should play. What role does it play? Well, white people are taking over these social justice roles instead of allowing these people of different colors, sexes, whatever, these other oppressed people aren't getting the voice. It's the white people are getting the voice, unfortunately. And this is my presentation, and thank you for being here.